This how-to walks you through how to create a project in your course. So first of all, you need to go ahead and select the course that you're creating a project for. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm creating a biology project where all of the projects are listed on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. Newest of new projects. Created a project. Remember to tie it to a subject, to a course, or else it won't know where to live. And so let's say it is a history and biology interdisciplinary project. I'm going to go ahead and add both because this is an interdisciplinary project. Great. Go back to the project. There is nothing in there yet because this is where I need to add all of the pieces after I've gone through understanding by design process. And so first, you start with your skills in terms of what are the various cognitive skills and what is the various content or focus areas that are related to this project. So I'd go ahead and add the cognitive skills based on, the work that I've already done in terms of my design for the project. Do not freak out when you see that there are no cognitive skills. It's the reason is because you have not yet said that you're assessing any. So you need to click on the side to expand the rubric. Then you need to go ahead and click on the various dimensions that are appropriate for this project. Once you've done that, when you collapse the rubric, you'll notice that now it's no longer empty. Now it includes the various dimensions. Great. I'm going to go ahead and now also add the appropriate focus areas for my project. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the different focus areas that are in this course that happen to be related to this project. Remember, this is a biology and a modern World 1 project, I believe. And so I would go ahead and connect the appropriate focus areas across both of the courses. Once I have clicked on that, there's no save button because it's a clicking function. Anytime you have to check something, you don't need to also push save. Go back to the project, and on the right side, there is a list now of the various focus areas that I have associated with this project. Now, perhaps I know what the sequence is. Perhaps this is a second project in the year for Modern World 1, and it happens to be the third one for biology. Just go ahead and write that in. Again, this is the order that the project is done. So I'm going to go ahead and follow a UBD, Understanding by Design process, where I would start with my enduring understandings and essential questions. So these sections should deepen student understanding of key facts, concepts, and strategies that have broad transferability within and across the discipline. Should create a clear and explicit focus for the project and lead learners to deep inquiry. And it should reflect central questions or big ideas, enduring understandings in the discipline. So, how is, etc., enduring understanding goes here. Great. The next thing I could do is I could go ahead and write in a description and some interesting context that would hook the reader. Perhaps you want to give an overview, as you reflect on the projects that you've done these 2 weeks, or really these 3 past days. Remember the project shell where there was always a description and context, and your mentor asked you to start by going ahead and reading the skills and the description and context so that you can get an overall sense of the project. Now, whatever your file is that you are going to store all of your resources, you would go ahead and make sure to drop that link right in here, so that you would be able to link out to that folder from this page. Right? So now I need to also define what my final performance task is. So what is the final product that they are creating? So whatever that is here, you would go ahead and write that and a little description of it. Now perhaps you have a sense of what template or format or document you want the students to submit their final performance task in. You can go ahead and click that little button that I just clicked, and you can select a file. And this will be recommended you when you want to assign a project to a student as, hey, this is the default template. Do you want to provide this for all of your students, or would you like to provide it to some of your students or none of your students? And that option is there. So if you already have what that final performance document looks like, then you go ahead and just add it. Great. Go ahead and save. All of my things are there. So now, remember, there are various links here. Performance task. If I want to go to the template, I will click that link and it will pop up in another window. If I want to go to the Google Drive folder where I'm keeping all of my documents and resources, I would open the folder, I would click here. At the next level that I would work on is I would go to change skills. And as we all know, it's super helpful to have various formative assessments, checkpoints, and to chunk the project down. So, when you think about the projects that you've gone through these past several days, there were steps along the way that were supposed to help you prepare for your end products. So, if it is an essay, perhaps, some of the steps might be like my thesis and my outline and my rough draft. So perhaps, there are more, there are fewer. And then I would actually go ahead and write in the number of instructional days that I believe that step will take. And it'll just build out the calendar. So what I did right now is I actually put in the number of days that I thought it would take. I actually should put in on what day the student probably should have completed that step. Now remember, the students are going to calendar out their goals. And so on their side, they're actually going to see a blank calendar and they'll add and drag and drop these steps into their calendar. So this is really way more for you to help you think about the length of a project. And that is how you create a project, a new project for your course.